Hello, my name is Haley Fay, and I'm a student services representative at the New Brunswick Community College. As you can see, I'm currently speaking to you from my home, but usually you can find me at the St. Andrews campus. Today I'll be speaking briefly on the next steps, paying for college.
The reality is, college is not free. This presentation is to help students understand what their financial options are and provide some tips that will help them if pursuing any of the options mentioned. So what are your fees and when are they due? Full-time regular program tuition per term for domestic students is $1,657, and for international students, $4,641. This amount is paid in both fall and winter terms. Tuition and fees are due on the Friday of the first week of classes in both the fall and winter terms. Fees include student union fees, health and dental insurance, and technology and learning resource fees. Additional fees may include books, clothing, and equipment. To find the estimated fee amounts for your specific programs, please visit our website.
To find a list of payment options on our website, from our homepage, go to Admissions and Finances, and then under Payments, click Payment Options. This will take you to the Payment Options page, and then click on Tuition and Fees. Students can pay online using Visa or MasterCard through their student self-service account. Students will need to activate their IT accounts to access this first. You can also pay online through online or telephone banking, just like you would a bill payment. As for our international students, we encourage you to use Pay My Tuition as a payment option. Because it can be challenging to find a financial institution to facilitate an international bank transfer, Pay My Tuition allows international students to easily pay tuition and mandatory fees from their home country and in their home currency. I will now speak briefly on a few different funding options. Sponsorship. Depending on eligibility, students may qualify for TSD, TES, Employer Sponsorship, or ASSETS, which stands for Aboriginal Skills and Employment Training Strategy. It is important to be aware if you qualify for TSD and have also applied for a student loan that you may not receive your second disbursement of your student loan, so speak with your counselor. Also, be aware it is your responsibility to pay for SRC and tech fees in January. Attendance records for your TSD funding. It is students' responsibility to have instructors fill out the forms and then submit them to the counselors. Students who are being sponsored by a third-party agency must submit a completed Sponsored Student Financial Information form prior to the program course start. You can find this form on our website. It is important to know what your sponsor is paying and what you are responsible for. RESPs, Canada Saving Grants, and Canada Learning Bonds. Once accepted, you can request payments. You contact your RESP provider for more information. Student line of credit and personal bank loan is another option for some students. Scholarships and bursaries. We have hundreds of bursaries and scholarships through the NBCC Foundation, with hundreds and thousands of dollars in scholarships awarded each year. You can apply on nbcc.ca. Other scholarships and bursaries outside of NBCC are also available on our website. Government student loans. There are two sites I will be referring to. The first is federal, which is the National Student Loan Service Center, or NSLSC, and the website is canlearn.ca. And the second is the provincial, which is Student Financial Services, or SFS, and their website is studentaid.gmb.ca. For New Brunswick residents, it is one application to access both funding sources. This is not the same for all provinces. Students from out of province should go to canlearn.ca. You can then go to provincial sites and from there find out what you need to do. New Brunswick residents can apply online at studentaid.gmb.ca. The 2020-2021 student loan application will be available in early June. It can take up to 4 to 6 weeks to process your initial application. And just a note that if you have applied for a program and are on a wait list, this sometimes can take up to 2 weeks after your program begins. You can still apply for a student loan now, so that if or when you are accepted, you will be financially prepared to start. The difference between loans versus grants and bursaries. A loan you pay back, and grants and bursaries are free. The government has implemented the Renewed Tuition Bursary Program. You will automatically be assessed for RBT eligibility when you apply for a New Brunswick student loan. The RTB program is to ensure that a portion of tuition is a non-repayable provincial bursary, designed to make post-secondary more accessible through the provision of increased upfront financial assistance. The goal of costs are covered for qualifying students. FAQs for qualification is on the studentaid.gnb.ca website. And if you don't need it all, don't spend it all. Financial matter facts. Follow up. Never assume no news is good news. Always check canlearn.ca for confirmation of status. If status is unclear, then it is a good idea to contact Student Financial Services about a week after applying to ensure they have your application. Do another follow-up around the 3-week mark to see if they have started assessing and if there are any concerns with what you have submitted. If you have not received your notice of assessment around the 5-week mark, contact Student Loan to verify status. Ask questions from the right sources. If it is a student loan question, talk to Student Loans and use their websites. There's lots of great information on there. Always start with the provincial office first, unless it has to do with repayments. And communicate with your funding agency as well as NBCC. We need to know what's going on, so talk to us. And take ownership. You do your part, and we will do everything we can to help you. Part of taking ownership is to read everything and following instructions, especially paperwork that has to do with your finances. So save everything. Keep your papers together. This should help. This brings us to the end of the presentation. If you have any financial questions, you can contact us by email. The email address is financials@nbcc.ca. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to getting to know you as you begin your journey with us at NBCC.